and welcome back. If this is your first time, I hope you'll stay. Espero que te quedes. So today we're looking at writing. So writing your paper in Spanish, your essay, okay? Tu redacción. So you might have already gone through the structure, the different parts that you need to cover and make sure that you're putting into your essay to make it as complete as possible. So today, all I'm going to be doing is going over useful vocab that you will need when you begin to write your Spanish essay. Okay? So, and I've also got Maddie with me, but you can't hear her, she's at the back, she's manning the camera.
Hello.
So thank you for being here, and gracias por estar, Maddie. Y vamos a empezar. So, the first thing we would start with is watch. The intro, okay? La introducción. So, we are going to go over here and sort of look at 5 ways you can start your introduction. And for each section, I'm going to give you only 5, because otherwise we're going to be here all day and it will just never do. It will never do. So 5 points for each heading. So your intro. The first thing we're going to start with is this. Hoy en día todo el mundo está de acuerdo en que. Hoy en día, nowadays, todo el mundo, everyone, está de acuerdo en que. So today, everyone agrees that. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good starting point, I reckon. Okay, I actually jumped to 2. That was actually number 2. The first one was actually this one. En primer lugar, which you would have seen in lower school, you would have seen this many times. En primer lugar. En primer lugar just means first of all. Okay, so your first point. What is it you want to start with? En primer lugar, first of all. Maybe you want to start with that. Okay? Or perhaps this makes sound better to you. En una sociedad como la nuestra, so in a society such as ours, what is it you want to say? En una sociedad como la nuestra. That's a good one too. Como punto de partida, as a starting point, okay? Do you know we've gone back to the 90s? Chalk and all. Okay, as a starting point, or as a place to start, okay, as somewhere to start, okay? Como punto de partida, as a starting point, good one. Para empezar, basic, to begin. You see my master hand with the chalk. I'm not good at all. Everything's all lopsided, but it's okay. It's okay, we're not going to dwell on that. Okay, so yeah, these are your 5 points to begin your essay. You choose whatever you feel as though would suit you best, suit your writing best. Stay with that. Next we have contrast. When you want to start contrasting ideas, what you're saying, these are 5 really good points. Okay, so the first point we have is al contrario. Okay, on the contrary, al contrario. Okay, on the contrary. Okay, this one you would have seen as well. I am positive. Por un lado, por otro lado. So on one side or on the other side, okay, which is quite similar to number 4, which is por una parte o por otra parte. Okay, so on the one hand or on the other hand. On the other hand. Okay, these two are the same. Por un lado, por otro lado, o por una parte, por otra parte. You would have seen that because you get taught this at GCSE at least. Next, no obstante, what did we say that one was? Ready?
Nevertheless.
Nevertheless, indeed. Okay, and number 5, which is perhaps my favorite, to show contrast. A diferencia a. Okay, unlike. A diferencia a lo que has visto antes, So unlike what you've seen before, such and such and such. Okay? I love this one. If you don't like it, choose another. That's why I'm giving you variety here. Right, next, we're going to have a little look at opinions. We're very good at expressing our opinions, I cannot lie. We are very, very good at expressing our opinions. So this is going to be a marvelous one for you. There's no, I think that sounds like an aeroplane. Okay, number one, me inclino creer. So, was there a plane so close by? Me inclino creer. Me inclino a creer. So, I'm inclined to think. I'm inclined to think. Okay? I'm inclined to think. Me inclino a creer. Okay? Next, number two, a mi modo de ver. You've seen this one, I know I am positive. How do we say a mi modo de ver, Maddie?
My point of view?
Okay, my point of view. Good. My point of view. Love it. Okay, number three, estoy convencido o convencida, if you're a girl, de que. So I'm convinced that. I'm convinced that. Also, a good one. Number four, es interesante observar. Es interesante observar. It is interesting to observe whatever you're observing. Okay, I'm not going to write that one because it's too much bending. You guys do the writing, okay? You bend. No. So yeah, it's interesting to observe. Okay, just write that down. And the next one, no cabe duda de que. No cabe duda de que. There's no doubt that. Okay? Yes. Okay, so that is our opinions covered. And it's not long to go now. We don't have a long road to go. So, and the next part is analyzing the information that you have. So, analyzing information. So, I've got your 5 points here. So, make sure you're keeping up. Okay. Esta cifra muestra que. Esta cifra muestra que. Esta cifra muestra que. This figure shows. Whatever it is that it shows, you explain what it shows. You then go on to elaborate on what it shows. Esta cifra muestra. This figure shows that. Okay? Number two. I did find this one quite interesting. Lo que me preocupa aquí es. So what concerns me here is, I think that's very argumentative, isn't it? And I like that. Okay? What concerns me here is this. This really concerns me. I like that one. Let me know if you use that or you find that one of any interest at all. Okay? Lo que me preocupa aquí es. Yes. What concerns me here is. Okay. Number three. Todo apunta a que. Also a good one. So everything leads us to conclude that. Okay, it's like saying everything, all the information I have is leading me to think that whatever it is that you're thinking. Okay, so that's also a brilliant one. Number four, I feel as though I'm rushing, guys, but otherwise we just won't get through it. So if you feel as though I'm going too fast, I'll leave a comment or I will try and explain anything you didn't get. So next. Hay que afrontar este problema. Hay que afrontar. I love the word afrontar. Okay. To face. Tienes que afrontar. You have to face it. Problem. If you have a problem, afronta. Okay? Face it. So, hay que afrontar este problema. We must face this issue. So, this issue or this problem, we have to face it. We have to afrontarlo. Okay? And the last one, we're getting through this, we're getting through it slowly but surely. Es fundamental entender que. So it's fundamental to understand that. What's that main point you want to get across? What is of such importance. Okay? If something is of that importance, is that essential, this is a fantastic sentence to start with. Okay? Es fundamental entender. You can also change fundamental to esencial. Okay? Or importante. Okay? Right. Or what else could we say?
Necesario.
¿Cómo?
Necesario.
Es necesario, okay, es necesario entender que it's necessary to understand. Absolutely, absolutely. So you don't have to leave these exactly the way they are. You know, jazz it up a little bit, change it, make it your own. It's always better when your writing is personal, I think. Okay? Right. And the last part, which is our conclusion, you know, you have to wrap it up, you have to wrap it up. So, our conclusion, we have 5 points again. En resumen, they're all saying in conclusion, okay, to summarize. En resumen, summarizing, okay? So, I don't really have another phrase. So, to
summarize.
Yeah, to summarize. Summarize 2 M's? Mm-hmm.
In American English we use a Z.
Summarize or summarize. Okay, to summarize. En resumen. Okay? This one's Maddie's favorite. En definitiva. You're going to use that in your essay, aren't you? En definitiva is ultimately, it all comes down to this. Yeah? En definitiva. Good little phrase. Right, number 3. Por lo tanto, la conclusión clara es. So, therefore, the only conclusion or the clear conclusion is. What's your conclusion? What's the only conclusion you can arrive at? That's what you want to say? That this is the only conclusion, the only possible conclusion that you could reach? This is the phrase for you. Okay? Next. Todo esto prueba. Say, all of this proves. Okay? All of this proves. What does it prove? Well, all of this proves that it was all a big conspiracy. Okay? Imagine your paper was on conspiracy, I know. Todo esto prueba. All of this shows. Okay? All of this proves. Okay? Right. And the last one, en dos palabras. Maddie and I were actually having a little discussion about this because she feels as though it's a little bit informal, being American, in a nutshell. And in a nutshell, I feel as though we did steal that from the Americans. Do you agree with that? In a nutshell. It does sound quite informal, actually. So perhaps in speaking rather than in writing, I would say for this one, Maddie?
Yeah, I'd say in speaking. Yeah.
In speaking?
Yeah.
Okay. In a nutshell. En dos palabras, when you're speaking. So we're going to perhaps take number 5 off and retain that for your speaking. Okay? So, en dos palabras is in a nutshell. However, perhaps a little bit more informal for our writing. Okay? So guys, that is it. I hope you will find this very useful for A1 and A2 Spanish, and I am wishing you all the very best in your upcoming exams and in your writing and just on your Spanish journey. And I'm going to leave it at that, and until next time I'm going to say adios. Say adios to Maddie as well.
Adios.
Adios guys.